Good morning and welcome to our Thursday morning check-in, St. Thomas United Church. I am joined this morning by Evangeline Robertson, and she is the chair of our Affirming Ministries group. So, morning, Evangeline. How are things?
Good morning. Things are going well. Yeah, I've been just keeping myself busy with school right now and planning some other affirming events to come up. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice. Living your best COVID life.
Yeah, pretty much.
How you doing through all the pandemic stuff?
Pretty good. Just
Yeah.
school. I'm pretty introverted, so being on my own isn't really a big deal to me at all. And I got my cat to keep me company, so it's all good.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, you're with us this morning to talk about all things affirming, right? So let's start out. How and why did you get so involved and passionate about the work of affirming ministry?
Well, I've always been part of the LGBTQ2S plus community ever since I was little. My mom can confirm that. I never really had a coming out story. I just always kind of been out.
Right?
So that's a big part of it. And growing up, I was always exposed to these issues. Sorry, that's my phone. um, yeah, I was exposed to these issues through high school. I went to a high school where pretty much everybody was part of the LGBTQ community. So many of my friends are part of that community. Like my best friend is transitioning right now. So always been exposed to it. And when I learned that my mom was working at St. Thomas and I learned how welcoming and open everybody was there, I felt super comfortable. And decided to join the affirming team and then learned that they needed a new chair, so I stepped up and decided to take that role. So
Nice. That's
yeah.
that's awesome. Well, we are so lucky to have you on board here at St. Thomas. We just absolutely love it. It's great.
Well, thank you.
So tell us a bit more. There's some stuff happening around affirming ministry. As much as we sort of talk about all the things that we sort of can't do because of COVID and all sorts of stuff, there's still lots of stuff that is happening. And affirming ministries is one of the places that is certainly still active and doing stuff. So can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on sort of at St. Thomas and in the sort of wider area in terms of affirming ministry stuff?
Yeah, sure. So last year for 2020, of course, we had tons of stuff planned that we were going to plan and host these different events, but we lost motivation with that because everything kind of shut down and we weren't really sure what was going on with that. So this year I've decided to get that ball rolling again. So we're going to be having affirming film chats they basically work like a book study where you watch the film or video beforehand and then we get together and chat for like an hour or so about our thoughts and feelings about the video.
Awesome.
Yeah, so the first one of that is happening on the 24th, so this upcoming Sunday. And we're going to be watching the Affirm United or Affirm Connections video on the Fruitcake Day, which can be found on their YouTube channel. And then the next one after that is going to be happening on February 7th. Both of these take place at 3 p.m. Feel free to email me and I'll keep updates on these events as we go on and send out Zoom links and all that stuff. On top of that, cats running around. On top of that, the region is hosting a Queer Virtues book study. So that's going to be starting in February, and I can send more information about that as it comes available. But it's a book study on the book Queer Virtues and talking about that in regards to affirming ministry. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really excited about these events. They sound really cool. And we did a few of the affirming film things last year, not last year, the year before last. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
I really liked the format. It worked out really well.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. Yeah, and we're just trying to figure out how to adapt it to online and figure all that stuff out. So I think I got a pretty good way of doing it. So we just need people to come and participate.
That's cool. And the Queer Virtues book study that'll be all the way through Lent, right?
Yes, it's a Lenten study. I'm quite excited about it because I've never really read a book on queer things before because I don't read very much. So this is a good excuse for me to go and do that. So
That's awesome. Yeah, and like the author is super involved in this process too, and
mhm.
stuff. She's going to be doing some intro videos and specifically some youth stuff for this too.
Yes, yeah, it's very exciting because she's trying to get all the age groups involved and educated about it. So it's really interesting.
That's great. That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's going to be so fantastic. So remind me, I think the format for that is we're going to be doing sort of two sides of that. One is going to be sort of for the regional stuff, and then one sort of small group for us here at St. Thomas, and a few other folks that are going to be involved from Foothills and Balzac and a few other communities too. So it's really a great way to sort of expand the community of St. Thomas and sort of lead by example in a few other communities as well, and to be able to build sort of those partnerships and know that it's not just St. Thomas sort of doing this stuff, but it's all of us in the United Church sort of making things happen in affirming ministries. And I think it's so great that you're so involved in that and leading us at St. Thomas forward into this ministry. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it and very excited to continue the education to everybody and with this and make it more regional with this whole thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the regional groups together as with the region will happen on Wednesdays after the intro. And then for our own community, our own church, St. Thomas, we're gonna keep it going on Sundays, just like the films, probably around 3 o'clock, just like the films, just to keep things consistent, and have our own discussions and groups about it as well. So
Awesome. That's great. So my next question is, why do you think it's so important for us to keep having things like these events at St. Thomas? I mean, we did the affirming stuff. Like, we're an affirming congregation already. So why do we keep needing to have sort of these conversations?
I think it's very important because the world is constantly changing and it can get very confusing. Even for me who's active in the LGBT community, it's very confusing. And I know with like for a lot of people of all the different letters and more letters being added onto the acronym, it gets even more confusing, even for me and other people in the community. It's like, what is going on? So keeping the chat open and education up about all these issues and all what's going on and um, different things like that, like even government wise or like within the church, things like that. It's so important to keep that discussion open and education going. And it's important to keep that affirming title up by keeping our space as a welcoming space and everybody's welcome here, and it's important to keep that up.
Yeah, absolutely. So just because we've sort of been there and done that doesn't mean that the work is done.
Yeah, no, definitely not. The work is still ongoing because the world is ongoing. Nothing really ends like that. So we got to keep it all going as the world is.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, for sure. Same reason we're still involved in things like the Pride Parade and all those sorts of things, right?
Mhm.
Just because we've sort of been there before, we doesn't mean that we can sort of let it slide. We need to keep pushing forward and keep moving forward.
Mhm, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So how can folks find out more about these events, more stuff about Affirming Ministries, and how can people sort of stay on top of these things?
Well, one big way is you can join our affirming committee. That's the word. You can totally join us. You can email me at affirming@stthomasunited.ca. If you want to find out more information about these events, also email me. And keep in touch with, or keep in touch with and follow social media and Affirm Connection social media because they post a lot of stuff for citywide type of events. We also promote it as well, but it's good to have both just to know exactly what's going on and what kind of things are happening and other things like that. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. That sounds great. Well, thanks so much. And yeah, like I said, thanks so much for being a leader in all things affirming. And yeah, I'm looking forward to all the things we got coming up. There's lots happening. Even in the midst of pandemic, we're doing great things.
Definitely. And thanks for chatting with me. It's good to get this ball rolling again. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thanks so much. And thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in to our Thursday morning chat. Know that we're here for you in all things affirming and in all things ministry as well. And
Mhm.
who you are, we're holding you in prayer and journeying with you through all stages of this crazy year that is before us. So
Oh
thanks,
yeah.
Evangeline, and thanks, everybody. Take care and
Thanks.
God bless.